I'd like to take a second to share this with you all. I read an article that dandelion has a lot of uses. Medicinally, it can be used. Also, you can eat it. Also, it makes a great ground cover, and insects love it. It's native to here. It actually looks really pretty when it lines the driveway. It's like green and gold, like it's beautiful. And the insects and the birds love them. But I also want to take a second to show you this. I think this is quite special. So, I think I told you before, we've got a slope. And we were supposed to do retainer walls. But you know how it is when you build a house, you're never done. We just built this house in we bought the lot in 2016. We started building in 2017. We moved in 2018. They just kept spending money and kept spending money. I was like, forget it, we'll do the rest. Then when I found out how much they wanted to charge for the landscaping, I said, forget it, I'll do it. So I've been working on it since then. Oh man, but it's worth it. It's actually renewed my interest in being outside a lot. I never even knew what the trees' names were. Now I can name a lot of trees. This is fragrant low-growth sumac. Fragrant low-growth sumac. We planted 3 here. And then I planted 3 more from a different nursery, which, in my opinion, they look different. But we'll see how it turns out. I'm not going to complain. I'm just grateful. So what I'm thinking this will do is it will give us a separation between the upper walkway to the front door. That's the walkway. This is the walkway to the front door. You can tell it's my yard because it's full of dandelions. Anyway, eventually I would like to cobblestone that, but that's gonna be later. And then this is the driveway. So we had this thing right here to deal with, and people kept driving, like people were parking up there on the walkway, and they would drive off. Right there is where somebody drove off. So I took it as an opportunity to plant something there. So I planted, I think it's called gray owl. This must be a female because this one actually has berries on it. I planted gray owl here and gray owl there. Now I know it's probably going to get too big for this site, but we will see, because if you think about it, that's probably 1 foot to 2 feet. Maybe we'll build it up so that it can grow there. We'll see. I'm pretty sure you can trim gray owl a little bit, but it's interesting that this one doesn't have berries, so my bet is one's female, one's male. I didn't know they were dioecious, but I guess they are. Then we got the sumac, which I think is going to be great for erosion control here. Erosion control is a big deal here. When I started pulling out the, I didn't know how big of a deal erosion control was until I started pulling out all the bad stuff. There's an elm tree right here. I'm not sure what kind of elm tree it is. It may be a rock elm since it's growing out of a rock, but I think it's native and I'm going to let it grow. I do have an American elm at the end of the lot. I have 1 American elm and I'm hoping it makes it. Looks like we got another little elm growing right there. And then there's some Virginia waterleaf. I think that's what it's called. As I pulled the privet and the honeysuckle, I lost soil, which became a problem. I planted an indigo bush here. Let's see, right there is an indigo bush. Of course, I just planted it, so you're not going to get much growing out of it. I just want to show you befores and afters. There's the indigo bush there with blue on it. There is a oak leaf hydrangea with a blue tag on it that does not look like much, which I'm wondering if it's going to make it, but we'll see. I planted that last season, so it should look better than that. And then There's another indigo bush there. So I got 3 indigo bushes here. I got an oak leaf hydrangea here. I'm not sure what to do about these cedar trees. They just keep popping up everywhere, but they're native, so I'm not going to put a hole in the ground and take a chance on losing soil again. Right there is an oak leaf hydrangea. It's looking good, better than that other one. I planted Carolina jessamine, but this vine right here did not do so well. I don't know why, because these vines took off. I actually got blooms on this one this year. There's another one. That's just a piece I took off of that one. It's doing pretty good. Oak leaf hydrangea, right? See if you can see it. Oh, I can't see it. Oak leaf hydrangea. Right there. And then another Carolina jessamine right there. And another oak leaf hydrangea. So I'm hoping the oak leaf hydrangeas will get big enough so the flowers you'll be able to see them from the top of the walkway. And then over here I planted a maple leaf viburnum. So far I haven't had very good luck with them. This is my second try. A Fortigilia, which is doing great. And you might not be able to see it from here, but there's an azalea up there. And then I put some coral honeysuckle or trumpet honeysuckle up there too. I was gonna let it drape off of the ledge there. And then we've got this mess. What we're trying to figure out a way is to make steps that go up. So we're working on that now. If you have any ideas, please feel free to leave a comment. What I'm trying to do is, you know, this rock and that rock was already here, and this big rock was already here, and those rocks in the ground were already here. And I'm thinking we keep digging until we can find a way to use all the rocks that are already here as steps instead of trying to build our own steps into it. But we'll see how it goes. I did place this one here, but it's on top of this one. Before we just had them on top of it. See, it's just on top of soil, and I don't think that's not gonna work. So now I'm placing rocks on top of rocks. And I'm thinking we're gonna have to probably make it a little bit wider and then turn. I don't want anything going straight down, because if it goes straight down, it's gonna cause soil erosion. So we wanna do switchbacks. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. But this basically I've just overviewed for you real quickly. Well, I do have some broom sedge growing, and I let that grow. That's this golden looking grassy stuff. I let it grow because it's good for soil erosion. But you know, I pulled back the honeysuckle and the privet a little too quickly on this hill. Started losing. I did plant some Pennsylvania sedge up here. I'm hoping that it'll take off. I'm thinking about planting river oats on here, but I can't remember if it's shade or sun. This hill gets a little bit of sun, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I will call this the east facing slope by the driveway underneath the walkway, because I got a lot of slopes, so I got to give them specific names. And this one has a retaining wall here, and it takes you to the garage. So we'll call it the east facing slope above the walkway, below the walkway and above the driveway. So this is the before. Well, this is after I pulled the invasives and planted natives. This is the before the natives have taken off. And so I'll come back to you after the natives have taken off. Thanks for watching. I love making these videos. Oh, I'm sorry, I have one more thing to share with you. I did want to show you this. When I first got these Carolina jessamines, they all had flowers like this. And I don't know why, but they're not blooming up there as much. I don't know why. And this one I thought was dead. I just threw it in the ground and it came back and it's blooming beautifully. I don't know what I'm doing. If you have any ideas, please feel free to comment and make a suggestion. And thank you for watching. Love making these videos. Look at that. What a beautiful day. So beautiful. Praise God. Thank you for watching. Bye.